Well, hello, students. I can't believe we're into week 6 already. I mean, this is crazy. But we are. Here we are, and you guys have been working hard on all facets of all the things that we've covered up to this point on OB. And this week, particularly, now that we've gone through teams and all of that, is going to be significant because we're going to talk about two extremely influential topics that are relevant to the success of any organization. Those topics are number one, leadership. As you guys all probably know by now, I have a passion for leadership. I interview leaders for my podcasts on my website. I've written 2 books about leadership, but this is not about me. It's about the passion about leadership that is just so, I don't know, inspirational that you have an ability to help others get to where they need to go through your mentoring, through your examples of what works, doesn't work, and that type of thing. So we're going to be looking at some of the trait theories of leadership, which are extremely important. And we're going to look at some of the contemporary theories. We're going to look at autocratic leadership. We're going to look at democratic type leadership styles. We're going to look at servant leadership. Oh, by the way, my website is choice2lead.com. All one thing. choice2lead.com. Write it down for you. choice2lead.com. Well, can you see it? Maybe, maybe not. There it is. It's got to come into focus. Probably have too much light on it so you can't see it. But anyway, choice2lead.com. One word. I really think that after talking to so many people through so many years, writing books about it, talking to people that were successful, of what leadership is. We can study the theories till kingdom come. For example, our leaders born or our leaders made. There's so much controversy about that. There are theories out there that says anyone can be trained to be a leader. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you have to have certain, as going to one of my books, The Leadership Gene, I think you have to have certain traits innately, and they may be brought out through a really good structural environment, a good culture. Some of you in the military that are in this class know about leadership. You know about protocol. You know about having the ability to raise the bar as far as you can and then bringing others with you to join in. But where the essence of leadership comes out, where it really counts, is when you decide, is this about you or is this about the people that you serve as a leader? Servant leadership is easy to talk about, but it's not easy to do. It's not easy to, how can I put this? It's not easy to relinquish the credit when something goes right and give that credit to your team. And then take responsibility when something goes wrong and attribute that to someone else. I think that understanding who we are in a leadership role is not about the title. It's not about the prestige. But what it is about is fulfilling a need inside of you that wants to bring others to a different place that they never thought they could be. And fulfilling a need in you that always said, this is my journey in life. This is where I want to be. Recently, I interviewed Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire. And the man is so humble. They now have, throughout New England, 110 locations, over 1,500 employees, have been in business for the better part of 70 years. And the founder of the company, I talked to his brother. I interviewed him recently. And his father, Bob, Paul Sullivan's father. Yeah, the one I interviewed was Paul. So his father, Bob, refused to lay off people when he was their supervisor. And rather than do that, gave up his job and quit his job so they could continue working. And then decided to start his own company. And look where it's at today. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What was the mentoring from Bob to his sons, who are very much now part of the business? Think about that a little bit. I interviewed Commissioner Ross, Boston Police Department. There's a guy from the hills of Maryland, came over to Boston when he was 12 years old, during times of intense segregation. Being a Boston police officer back in the early 80s was really difficult. You had a lot of political upheaval. You had a lot of unrest, not only from the side of the people you serve and protect, but internally, the people that you work with. But what William J. Ross was convinced about was that he could make merit of bringing others to where they could be on his own merit. He discovered the leader in him before he could help others along the way and build a legacy, from a street cop all the way to the commissioner, the first African American to hold that position in Boston, and the oldest police force in the United States. I think that the next part of the week, after we get through leadership, we start talking about power. And oh my God, how much does power influence leadership? Or does leadership influence the use or misuse of power? Think about that. In organizations, do you allow information to flow only from your lips to your supervisors, to the people that do the data, the day-to-day stuff? How does it work? Reflect on that a little bit. How information flows. Throughout this course, we talked about transparency. We talked about open communication. You guys wrote all about that in your threads. You wrote about diversity, and what does it mean? It's not just about EEOC. It's not about discrimination. It's about inclusion. When stereotype becomes a secondary type of practice. It's hard. And often, based on the culture, it's easy to overlook stereotyping that occurs. So, with power, someone once said, comes great responsibility. How will you use your power as a leader? How will you influence others through the power that you have? Do you assume power or do you earn power? And what is power? Back in the days when I was studying engineering, power was current and voltage and resistance. Do we use our power to influence the behavior of others to reach strategic goals? Or do we use it for our own personal gain, for our own merit? Because after all, legacies are built on trust and loyalty. You guys talked about that in your threads. So really pay attention to this week. It's a pinnacle week. Because without good leadership in an organization where information flows from the top down, from the bottom up, and laterally, your organization won't be able to service your customer base the way you want to. Because if you don't give your internal employees, who are your customers, yes, employees are your customers. And if you don't give them the resources that they need in order to service your external environment, you're not going to be profitable as much as you want to be. You're going to lose sight of your competition. So these are things that you have to pay attention to. So good luck with this week. I know this overview video is a little long, but we're probably talking about two of the most important things in this course: leadership and power. Use it wisely. Have a great week.